was. You've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. It's summer, which means summer camp. Oh, but not for the little ones out there, especially with the 1-9er lurking in the air. No, it's time for summer camp for the adults. But of course, there will be children involved. Of course, they'll bring them in at some point, if you know what I mean. Bill Gates, Zuckerberg, Bezos, all the rich and elite are meeting or have met to discuss important topics like media. Boy, I wonder if they're talking about media manipulation. Anderson Cooper in the house. This place is flaming. That's right. They brought them all in, folks. Because this is what they do. They have these huge events, and common people go, oh, right, it's like the conference I went to for my work, which was a total waste of time where no one learns anything, and we listen to someone speak, and we all don't pay attention, and then we leave, and we pretend like we accomplished something at work. Well, these people go and do the same thing, just instead of talking about things like you might talk about, like PowerPoints and stuff, they're talking about world control, things that are going to happen in the future that they're going to create, and how the media needs to cover it. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I haven't heard anything about Bohemian Grove this year, and I look into it every year. Obviously, last year, they probably still had it, but there was nothing on it. Nothing leaked, and they pretended, well, it's because of C19er. Well, this year, too, I'm not seeing it. Some people have posted that they sold the land, and I don't know, some stuff, which I looked into and didn't find anything. So if you do know anything about this, please post it on my website at callfornuprising.com, because I'm curious. And again, that's why the website's there. I'm not above anyone in knowledge of anything. No one's above anyone else. We're all in this war together. So the website's a great place for everyone to work together, to learn from each other, to inform each other of things they see going on, because this is a team effort in this awakening process. Me, I'm just a voice, a mouthpiece, okay? So if you know anything about Bohemian Grove, please post it over on the website about this year's event, if it's happening, when it's happening, if anyone is up in that area of California and sees anything happening. But for the time being, let's talk about the Sun Valley who's who of people. Well, of course you get Bill. And Bill is there implementing climate change. It's just so funny how, it's invite only. You get people like Bloomberg. I mean, I don't know what's on the menu there. I'm assuming they have a lot of catering, probably a lot of bagels, and a lot of soup. Maybe matzo ball. I don't know. Probably a lot of adrenaline. This year's meeting's really focusing on cybersecurity and cryptocurrency. This is the stuff they tell you, of course. And, of course, all the media text from Amazon, streaming text to Netflix, this is for them. So, of course, and then you say to yourself, well, why are all the shows on Netflix and Amazon Prime and all the streaming services centered around the same type of plot? You see lots of pride pushed in, tons of climate change pushed in, tons of things about outbreaks pushed in, tons and tons of the same stuff, alien invasion, but you don't really see anything new. I guess they're all just, they're competing with each other by having the same type of content, just with different actors and the same plot. Because, there's nothing to be suspicious about, especially with all them getting together. Now, some of you go, Carl, well, what can we do about stuff like this? Well, I know people go out there and they protest and do certain things, and I've never been a huge believer that works because some people say doing it online doesn't do anything, but you actually reach more people here than you would on the streets. People are more likely to be taken aback by you on the streets. But hey, to each their own. But something like this, people should show up, and they should have a problem with all of these people meeting together. Let's take a look at the list of the people who are here and tell me what they have in common, other than having a lot of money and power. But again, there's no New World Order structure here, everyone. No, it's just about, wow, they're successful and we're not. Tim Cook, Apple CEO, worth $1.4 billion. Mike Bloomberg, philanthropist, $59 billion. These people have enough money. Look at the It's all B's in front of these people. Zuckerberg, 127 billion. Gates, 128.9 billion. He's worth a lot more than that. Bezos, Amazon founder, 201 billion. Robert Kraft of the Patriots, because he has a lot to do with Amazon, right? Isn't it interesting they all know each other? Like, I'm a truther, I don't, whatever. I don't really have a title, but let's just say, you're like, oh, Paul, you're a conspiracy guy, you talk about these topics. Well, there's other channels that do the same thing. None of us know each other. We're not meeting in the woods in the summer. None of us even talk to each other. But these people, the owner of the New England Patriots, just happens to know Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates and the head of Netflix and Hans Vestberg, the CEO of Verizon, and Brian Roberts, the CEO of Comcast, Jeff Shell, the NBC Universal CEO, Jason Killer, the Warner Media CEO, David Zasloff, Discovery CEO. Discovery has their own big network now. It's not just the Discovery Channel anymore. We have Liberty Media CEO Greg Maffio, 125 million. Brian Kelly, Activision, Blizzard Inc., 1.96 billion. I mean, the list goes on. Ex-AOL CEO Tim Armstrong. He must be the most embarrassed one there. Bob Chapek, Disney CEO, 335, probably there to talk about what new magic shows they'll come out with for kids. Mike Cavanaugh, Comcast CFO. Do I continue? More people from Facebook, Salesforce, Disney, Viacom, Nike CEO John Donahue. Well, because he has a lot to do with, Bitcoin, which they're supposed to be talking about cybersecurity. The guy who makes sneakers at Nike, the head of this company. You see what I mean, though? The point being is that these people are all networked together. They all work together, and all the agendas are tied together, and all the brands do the same thing and push the same thing because it's all part of a greater agenda. Is the end game a new world order? Yes. Is that end game here? Pretty much. This is how it happens. Okay? And imagine just how much they meet in secret, not out in the open, and the stuff that goes on there when they're wearing cloaks and drinking out of chalices. So we have Cheryl Sam.
I want to play game. Candy Man. If you say his name 5 times in the mirror, he appears in the reflection and kills you.
Facebook, Reed Hastings, Netflix CEO, Ted Sarandos, Gail King, CBS News, 40 million. Anderson Cooper, he's got everything. He's supposed to be just a news anchor. His job is just to recite the news, right? And he's there, Bobby, because they tell you, okay, well, this is what we're going to push. Don't forget the variants. Don't forget the cyber threat. Don't forget to always chime in global warming and climate change anytime there's warm weather in California, because that's real suspicious. But don't mention when there's cold fronts in the Northeast or in other places, because we don't want people to think climate change isn't real. Then you get, who are some of these other people? MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred. Why is he there? Oh, and it just so happens that on the side of the baseball fields, they have it says "Vax Up" on the side of the baseball fields. Usually you see the chalk going down the first and third baseline, but now you just see "Vax Up." You don't see a team logo. No, there's no agenda there. Oh my goodness. Candace Bergen, the actress. Huh? What is she doing there? Right? Candace Bergen. Barry Diller, IAC chairman. Doug McMillan, the CEO of Walmart. I mean, listen to these names. It's pretty much every single person that is rich, powerful, and has some type of influence. PayPal co-founder Max Lickfanganan, 1.8 billion. Stan Druckenmiller. DeKinsey Capital, Frank Slootman, CEO of Snowflake. I'm sure he's a real snowflake. Mike Berman, Washington lobbyist, 2.3. Billy McDermott. I mean, look at these. All right, that's enough of reading these people. I'm boring you to death with the names, but you get the point. Right? Would you think the owner, the commissioner of Major League Baseball had a connection to Ned? All right, there's Ned Siegel too, the Twitter CFO. Would you think that he had a connection to Anderson Cooper? Or how about Michael Eisner? Oh, they just, what is this, a cluster of things going on here? So everyone from every field needs to be, it's a joke. They all make sure they're on the same page. They all make sure they push the same things. They're all filled with unbearably large amounts of money while the rest of the world just seems to live in poverty. And we allow this because they claim it's capitalism and these people earned it the hard way. Yeah, they earned it the hard way by taking it up the highway. But to them, that was probably the easy way, but they didn't earn anything. This versus money that's just handed, passed, and printed to one another. As long as they're controlling and doing the things that they're supposed to do, they are not smarter than you nor I. They're not more talented than you nor I. But because of the TV, because of the zombies that exist who are in between us and them, which is where they want to keep it. It's almost like the zombies who are now, who used to just be wandering around walking into walls. They're still doing that, but their job is almost like the thing they hate the most is us. Because they link us to Trump and politics, right? And that's what they're fighting for is left versus right, and they're in the middle there. So they link us in, and they're blocking us from ever getting to these people. They're like a line of defense because they just stand there and get in everybody's way. So you got Buffett. Warren Buffett wasn't even mentioned. You see all the planes flying in and out, right? Looks like Bill's getting a little too much estrogen as well. He's packing them on. But this is the stuff that they're meeting for. You want to hear some of the stuff? Let's see here. All right, so Gates gave his speech Friday on climate change to billionaires and millionaires. This is the 37th year of the gathering. I read you the people who were there. They're talking about, these are some of the sessions, public health, criminal justice reform, and the global economy, cybersecurity, cryptocurrency. Again, for those of you who think, I don't know how to explain it. Look, if you invested in cryptocurrency and you made a ton of money, good for you. It's not about that. I have no bitterness or hatred. I'm trying to show you that this stuff's only going on. They're not letting civilians come up with a new currency unless they're on board. They need a digital currency. This is part of a new world order. This is part of the mark, having a digital currency. So then, some of you just come up with it and they didn't go, no, that's not happening. We're going to throw you in jail. This is illegal. And then the stock goes through the roof of all these cryptos. It's to prepare people for a crypto. They love the fact that everyone thinks it's some independent thing against the Fed and that they're doing something and rebelling. It would never happen in a trillion years. Just like letting us vote for a president would never happen in a trillion years if you understand how these people work. So Bill was there promoting his book, How to Avoid a Climate Disaster. Or he was previously, and you see people were holding his books, walking in Bloomberg's, probably his butt pirate friend. You can't. It's just too funny. They're all meeting together, folks. They're not meeting and discussing anything that has to do with you or anything else. Bezos is supposed to be going to space in 5 days or something like that. And he's just stopping in. No big deal. Zuckerberg walking around, creeping out the world. Buffett, 90 years old. This is on his to-do list. He's 90. If I was 90, on my to-do list, which I wouldn't be here, would obviously be having a fresh diaper on and looking out the window, hoping the trumpets are going to sound or hoping I'm going soon. Because at 90, no, but he's perfectly healthy at 90. We all see perfectly healthy 90-year-olds who are mentally thinking very sharply and have influence and power. Yeah, he's there. I'm sure Henry Kissinger was there. They just didn't show him. They probably wheeled him in his coffin and let him speak for a little while and then put him back on his batteries and plugged him into the wall. But look at these, it's just ghouls and ghouls of these people who live off of the chrome of the adreno. It's just unreal. So there they are, folks. They were just like, let's just do a gathering for fun and talk about stuff because we all know each other because all rich people know each other. Just like all truthers know each other. Just like whatever your field is that you do. If you're an engineer or something, a mechanic, do you know every mechanic in town around the world? You guys all network. Do you go on mechanic website? No, okay, but at least you have that in common. These people have nothing in common other than having wealth, but we know what they have in common. They're part of all the same secret societies. They all meet together. They're the reason that things like the one-niner exist, not because they let it out of labs, because they create the illusion. They use the media to push it. Then they use the talking heads on TV to promote it and create fear and all this other stuff. And they constantly have plans in place, and everyone knows what the talking points are, and that's how it all works. And that's how we're in the spot we're in. But this is prophecy, this is happening. And hopefully sooner or later, the trumpet sounds so we can watch these people get flicked into the pit. One of the people there, the creative director of Alice and Olivia fashion label. She looks like a peacock. She's standing there doing, what is she doing there? She's got a connection? What? Is the guy up the street, the local baker there? What is a fashion? Well, what they have to do with this, their bloodlines, they're related. Fashion industry is connected to the occult. I've covered it a million times. Everything is. Everything is. They have all the power now and all the control. But that's only until the trumpets sound. Because then that stuff, all that money burns, all that power fades, and all the people who defended them, they go right with them. So they can enjoy eternity with these people that they've idol worshipped here on earth. They can drool over them in the pit, or they're getting pitchforks jammed up their rectum. I want to remind everyone to check out the website at callforanuprising.com. It's $2.99 a month. Please check it out. If you haven't subbed to my other channels, do so now. One is a cupcake channel. If you need a kind of a laugh, I don't even know if it's funny or not. I just have to accumulate 4,000 watch hours so I can have another backup channel. So check it out, watch it for me, or let it run, I'd appreciate it. I want to thank the Patreons. Please consider becoming a Patreon if you're not. And I want to thank all of you for thumbsing up the videos, watching the ads, and just for the nice comments. I appreciate all of you greatly. I'll see you guys at the next Sun Valley event. Yeah, we'll talk about stuff like how to trick the world into believing something's here when it's not. And we'll get Anderson Cooper, and maybe we can even bring in Brian Williams. I'm sure he was there too. What a joke. I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families.